My career started up here in Queensland. My wife and I decided that it'd be a nice challenge to go and start training, so we went and bought a few yearlings and basically just speculated ourselves and got our own stable built around us. What enticed me was the fact I'd ridden for such a long period of time, and I'd probably felt that I'd achieved what I wanted to achieve as far as jockey went, and I really wanted to, I suppose, challenge myself to do something different. And I'd always loved being involved with the training and being involved with the horses. A typical day in my training life begins at 3 o'clock. My alarm goes off every morning at 3, and from there I'm here at work just after 3, and our first lot of horses are out on the track by 4 o'clock. So a lot of time then on the track. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to get all our horses worked and get back. Once they're all back, it's when we do our recovery work. Any horse that need recovery work and our treatments and whatnot, we do that. And you know, whether they need icing or whether they have an injury or a wound that might need any sort of treatment taken to it to help recover. The hardest aspect of training is the early mornings. It's something, you know, we've always done it all our life, but you still never get used to it. It's always one of those things that, particularly in winter time, it's a bit difficult getting out of bed, but when the sun comes up and it's a beautiful morning, it all makes it worthwhile. My race days start early in the week, obviously the noms and acceptances, but then it's also the notification to the owners and the updates and all the information that the owners like to receive from their trainer. So that's the early parts of it. Then on race day, it's pretty simple. The horses go and have a steady trot and canter before getting shampooed and cleaned up before heading off to the races. Emotionally, I'm probably no good as a trainer. When I was a jockey, I never got nervous and it never used to worry me, but now as a trainer, my stomach does backflips and I'm probably not a good spectator. I'm probably better off staying at home and watching on television like John Hawkes, but I think it's just a lot of anticipation and a lot of hope, you know, when you know you've put a lot of hard work into a horse and then you take him to the races, and a lot of things can go wrong, but then, you know, you try and avoid that. The horses for this winter carnival are, I hope, are a lot of my younger horses like Munce and Racecourse Road and the likes. They seem to be the main flag bearers at the moment. I've got a horse called Snoopy going to the sprint races, but I've got a lot of younger 2-year-olds coming through, and I'm hoping that they can aim up and take their place in a few of the better races. My relationship with jockeys is pretty good, I think. I mean, I just call a spade a spade. There's no in-betweens. But you know, I think the benefit they have with me is that I've ridden before and I understand things happen in races, you know. So I think I can read a race pretty well, and I think I know what's going on in the race. I think a bond between a trainer and horse differs greatly compared to anybody else involved. I mean, a trainer's with their horses at 24/7. They're with them every day. I always like to look at my horses daily, individually, and you pick up subtle little things with them, which you get used to your horses, and you know if they're a bit off colour, or you know if there's something that's not right. And I think it's a very, very close bond between a trainer and their horse. My rewarding memories as a trainer, well, I mean, I haven't been doing it that long, but I could rattle off quite a few, but I think from my perspective, you know, to start off with, I've had a lot of older horses with issues, and to put all the hard work into those horses and be able to see them win a race, that's very, very rewarding. You know, you know the background of the horse and you know the history and what you have to do to get them to the race, and there's a lot of hard work goes into older horses that need a bit of TLC. My main mentor from a training point of view was, I suppose, my father-in-law, Barry Mitchell. He was a very good horseman and gave me a good guidance, and also Barry Baldwin. They've been two very instrumental trainers in my early career as a trainer, and I've also had a lot of time riding for a lot of trainers throughout Australia, you know, Gay Waterhouse and the likes, where you pick up little bits and pieces from each individual trainer and you try and mould them into your own training routine. And my plans for the future is obviously probably to build a better quality horse in my stable, and then after that the numbers can grow from there on in. But it's nice to have a stable full of well-bred horses. You know, I've got a bit of depth and can go on to a few better races. My passion for the job, I think, is just the satisfaction you get from all the hard work you put in, and you get them from a young age and you see them evolve and grow and develop into these fine big thoroughbreds that go to the races and run for you. I mean, it's a very satisfying job, a lot of hard work, but extremely satisfying.